Water pollution. First, I'll be introducing water pollution. Then I'll be talking about water pollution in deep detail. Then I'll tell you about the sources of water pollution and agriculture waste. Then I'll tell you some measures to reduce water pollution. The water can dissolve salts, chemicals, and solids, which can be damaging plants, small animals, and land. When the quality of the water became so bad, some of that few living things can survive, and that's when water pollution occurs. The water that we drink is usually from the sea, but the water from the sea is really salty and quite dirty, and so people usually distillate it so that we can drink the water. Around 70 to 80% of the water that we drink is imported from Dongjiang, and the rest are from natural seawater. There are different ways of transporting water that we drink now. For example, some of the bottled water comes from America by shipping or air shipping. However, the prices between shipping and air shipping are different. For air shipping, it will be more expensive because air shipping is in air and the transport is more expensive than traveling on land. Since Hong Kong has a huge population, we would use more water than some of the other countries whose population is smaller. Also, most of the families are quite large and so they might use more water than the other families that are smaller. Take me for an example. I don't really have a large family, but we consume a lot of water. I myself consume about 771 gallons a day. That is a huge amount compared to others. Hong Kong people can consume less water since each person consumes a lot of water every day. Take me for an example. I consume quite a lot of water every day and I think I consume too much water. I think I should cut down my bath time in order to save more water. Also, I should turn off the tap while I'm brushing my teeth. However, even if people in Hong Kong consume less water than before, we can't really change much of the percentage of consuming water since there are a huge population in Hong Kong. Reclaimed water is basically another name for recycled water. It is former wastewater, sewage, that is treated to remove solids and certain impurities. The purpose of these processes is sustainability and water conservation, rather than discharging the treated water to surface waters such as rivers and oceans. The other people from the other countries can consume less water so that they can save up the drinkable water. They can also make up laws or rules to prevent people from polluting the water. Here are the sources of water pollution: agriculture waste, industrial waste, domestic waste, and oil spillage. About 60% of these pollutants came from agricultural activities, 20% from manufacturing industries. Agricultural waste usually comes from poultry and pig farming. They are usually dumped in rivers at a rate of about 2,000 tons a day. There are an excessive amount of chemical fertilizers and insecticide which are applied by farmers, but can be washed away by running water or drained water. It might gather heavy silt loads which use up supply of dissolved oxygen in rivers, which can cause bad smells. Higher silt loads can stop light from coming through the water, which can prevent algae from growing, which will lower the oxygen content of the water. The government should improve the sewage, sewers, and disposal systems treatments. The sewers must lead to treatment and disposal works that can meet the objectives set by the government. For example, in Hong Kong Island, there is raw sewage, which are primarily treated at Repulse Bay and Deepwater Bay. There are also other treatment works in Sha Tin, Tai Po, Sha Pu Hui, and Yuan Lang, etc. The government should introduce water pollution control ordinance, which can protect the community against toxic chemicals. The government should also declare important water control zones so that it can protect our rivers and coastal water from influence, which are all types of economic activities. Also, each effluent discharge except for household sewage must have a license. This can change the quality and volume of the effluents discharged. Factories are also encouraged to implement the necessary wastewater treatment to ensure the effluents discharged do not contain more non-toxic organic waste than the government's design standard.